So, okay, you're shopping at the supermarket for your groceries for the week, and you come across your yogurt. So your yogurt choices come in low fat, reduced fat, and fat-free options. So which one are you going to pick up to buy and why? If anyone just wants to throw out why they would. Yeah.
No, you finished it.
Low fat.
Then why would you pick low fat? Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say low fat too because there's probably less like processed things in that because it's closer. Like so for fat free, you have to do a lot to take the fat out. Or maybe not, but it would just require more.
Okay. Anyone else?
I wouldn't pick anyone.
You're like, okay.
Fat's good.
Okay, so now we're kind of going to do a little activity, and so you guys can kind of look at some food labels and stuff. So we're just going to number off 1, 2, and 3. So which we're on around 1. And then, okay, so if you want it, 1's right here, 2's back there, and then 3's right there. You can say like the second row, that's fine. If the first 2's.
Okay, I'm gonna come around and hand you guys 4 different labels. We have
Reduced fat, fat free, and low
a low fat. So you may have more than one in one group, you may have none in some groups. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your labels and put them in whichever section you think they belong in according to the fat content in here. And if you don't think they belong in any of them, just put them right here.
What's the difference between low and reduced?
We'll go over that once, you guys. We're just trying to see where you're at first, what you think without knowing. So try to make some just guesses. So what are you guys thinking of something? Yeah, you just might not fall into any category, so. So if you just want to. Yeah. Before that part. Like the test.
My guess is that reduced is like bad fat. Because when I think of milk, I think of 2% fat milk.
Yeah, what's based on fat?
My serving is 6 ounces, which is why I think my calories are so high.
So what do you think?
All the time.
You figured it out?
I would say this is low fat.
And I think this is reduced fat, and what do you think? Well, here's how so
Yeah. There's maybe some that don't fall into the category, so.
I look at the last curves. We're really thinking hard about that.
It's good. Okay, so now that you guys have placed them, we're going to go over all of what like low fat, fat free, and reduced fat means when you're looking at your food labels.
So when it's fat free, it doesn't necessarily mean that there is 0 fat. There just has to be less than 0.5 grams per RCC, which is basically a serving size. So a normal cup of yogurt would be a serving, so there has to be less than 0.5 grams of fat in your cup of yogurt. So it contains no ingredients that is a fat or understood to contain fat. So they basically do try to make it fat free, but there still could potentially be fat in there. Low fat is just what it says. It's low fat. There has to be 3 grams or less per serving. there can't be more than 30% of the calories of the food from fat. So just because there's less than 3 grams of fat in a food, if it's just like a chunk of lard that's 3 grams of fat, that is not a low fat food. So 30% of less 30% of the calories or less are from fat, and they have to be 3 grams or less per serving. And then reduced fat goes off of an appropriate reference food. So like the full fat version of yogurt or the full fat version of some other sort of food has to have at least 25% less fat. So it can still have a very fair amount of fat in it. It just has to have 25% less. And it also, that's it. It just has to have 25% less from a reference food. So just because it's reduced fat doesn't mean that it's necessarily super better for you.
Okay. So we have a volunteer that wants to come see if all of these belong in low fat. You guys kind of know what low fat means.
Who can tell me what low fat means? What is low fat?
It's less than 30% of the total calories.
Three.
Oh, 3 grams of fat.
So do all of these belong here?
This one's fat-free. This one belongs here. That's exactly 3%. Yes. This one belongs here.
What's on it? You
This
can get
one
help from
says
class.
50 calories, 15 calories from fat, which is, no, that's 100%, sorry. Okay. And then 2 grams of fat, 20 calories of fat over 50, that was low fat.
Alright, so this one is fat free, is it?
I think so.
We have a volunteer to see if all these are fat free. Let's get someone from another group,
Jared.
Okay, what makes something fat free? Okay.
Grams per serving size. See, this one's fat-free.
So 0 grams of fat is fat free.
Same this one. 0 grams of fat. This one is no fat.
Alright. Awesome. And the last one, do you guys think that we can tell this from this if it's reduced fat?
Just from one.
Just from the nutrition label? No.
Because you don't have a regular.
If ever.
Yeah. So I can kind of tell you, there were 3 of them that were reduced fat. Do you think that all reduced fat foods have less than all non-reduced fat foods? You think? So this one is peanut butter. Do you think peanut butter is high in fat or low in fat?
High fat.
Super high in fat. So this one that says 12 grams of fat is actually the reduced fat peanut butter. It's like, it's super high. We also had one from some lunch meat, some like turkey lunch meat, and it has 4 grams of
guys change your decision about what you buy, or would you still keep it the same?
Wow.
Do the options just not really matter to you guys? Just kind of.
They're young, they're young and traveling.
It would depend on the food. There's something about the yogurt.